If you are just joining us, it is with heavy hearts that we share that we have just learned moments ago that Aretha Franklin has died from advanced pancreatic cancer, a disease that she has been dealing with for many months now.
Yeah, she's leaving behind an extremely large catalog of music. The song that you just heard there, remembered by people all across the world, but especially people here in the city of Detroit, including former Detroit Mayor Dennis Archer, who's joining us now on the phone. Very heartbreaking news, not just for the city of Detroit, Mr. Mayor, but as well as people all across the world.
Well, I cannot imagine anybody doing a better tribute than you and Rhonda did just now.
Thank you.
On behalf of all of us in the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, and America, for what Aretha Franklin has meant to so many people across this world.
Tell us what she meant to you.
Well, I met her for the first time, I think, though I listened to dance to her music and the like, at an event at the Manoogian Mansion when Mayor Young was in office. He was very close to Aretha and her father, and whenever he had social events, it was not uncommon for Aretha to be there. And when she was there and present, it was amazing how shy she was given the stages on which she performed and all of the good that she did. Somebody sent a tweet out yesterday, yesterday or the day before, about how she indicated she did not care what amount the bail bond was, whether it was for $100,000 or $250,000, she would step up for Angela Davis because she was a black woman. She needed to be able to get out on bond, etc. She had one of the biggest hearts that you could ever imagine, and she was a very kind and respected and respectable person. And when I was privileged to be mayor, I reached out and asked if she would come and sing at the inauguration, and she did. It was breathtaking. I think everybody around the country who watched, because it was carried live on CNN, or I should say on C-SPAN, and people tuned in, and the comments that we received for having her there was just remarkable. I can remember when we were living in the Manoogian Mansion, we would invite members of the community to come in to celebrate Christmas, and gave Trudy and I an opportunity to thank everyone who had worked so hard to make Detroit come back. And she was there at the party, and somebody was playing Christmas carols. She sat down at the piano, sang for about 20, 30 minutes, and it's just the magnificent person that she has always been, a consummate professional. Mm-hmm. We were invited down to the Obama White House when she was invited to perform, and we were there twice, and she just turned the place out. Yeah. Once she was there with a bunch of outstanding women, it was sort of labeled the divas, and Aretha was just Aretha, and she just turned it out at the White House.
Well, I can hear the emotion in your voice, Mayor Archer. Certainly an emotion that is being felt by so many across the city today and the world hearing this news. But you're giving that perspective of just how incredibly talented Aretha was, but also so giving as well. But I think her music talent, if you could just express a little bit more about what you've been able to witness in terms of just how incredibly talented she was as a musician well into her later years.
Well, I will tell you, Aretha had just completed an album that I know is going to go off the charts now, as it should. And if you've ever watched her perform in person anywhere, you had a sense of her the magnitude of her voice and how people sat and listened. And then, of course, when the time was right, I've seen a lot of folks, including myself, getting up and dancing to something that she was singing to, because that's the kind of professional, wonderful artist that she was. And she always gave back, and she continued to give back through her father's church. And she would have different performances and inviting in the community. And if anybody was hungry, they were fed. That's Aretha Franklin that a lot of people did not know. But that's the kind of total person that she was.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your memories and sharing your perspective and a little bit about your relationship with her. Obviously a very, very dark time now as we are learning about the passing of Aretha Franklin at the age of 76.
Well,
just real quick, I want to read a statement from the family.
Blessed.
The family adding, we certainly have been blessed. The family adding, in one of the darkest moments of our lives, we are not able to find the appropriate words to express the pain in our heart. We've lost the matriarch and a rock of our family. We're going to be hearing more, hopefully a little bit later, from some of her closest friends who were caring for her as she was battling advanced pancreatic cancer.